Peace, family. Welcome back to the Campaign TV Show. I am your host, Brother King Cam, and welcome back for another outstanding episode and show that we have in store for you. And man, today's guest is definitely full of personality, and she's gonna be talking with us a little bit later on. But first, you already know we got to go ahead and bring everything in. So we're gonna go ahead and drop that intro video, family. So I appreciate y'all who's tuning in. So we're gonna drop this intro right now.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say. They see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still wanna think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like I ain't.
Yo, hey, that joint is called Subliminal by my brother. Golden Child. Y'all need to make sure y'all check it out. Every time I listen to that record, I get turned up. Like, that joint is just like, it got all the elements, you know what I mean? Like, he tapped back in with the ancestors on that joint. Like, and the flow is on point. The harmonizing is on point. Like, the brother is really, really talented, man. Really, really good artist, man. Like, that joint is, I don't even have it on the soundboard and run it back, but man, that is a fire record. So make sure y'all check that out. My brother Golden Child on all social media platforms so you can check out his latest music, family. So listen, I need everybody that is tuned in right now. I need you to hit the comment section. You know Facebook. Hit the comment section. Let me know where you tuned in from. Tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We have a special guest joining us tonight who is going to be talking to us about her entrepreneur journey. Okay, her entrepreneur journey, how she got started. She's a student of the digital real estate program. Shout out to the BWO family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, shout out to the BWO family. Shout out to Brother Ben. So look, make sure you hit the comment section. Let me know what city and state that you tuning in, because we get people from all over the country that watch this podcast, and even outside of the country. I mean, Nigeria, Kenya. We get people that check in from London from time to time. Canada be in the building heavy. So listen, we need you to share this out to all of your networks, all of your family, because we like to encourage positive and thought-provoking conversations as it pertains to the culture, hip-hop, community news, self-improvement, the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, as well as entrepreneurship, because we know that that's the key to freedom, right? Entrepreneurship is the key to freedom. So listen, all my YouTube family, what I need from the YouTube family is I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, and I need you to hit that bell each and every time every time we drop a video, so that way you can stay tapped in. All right, so I need y'all to do that for your brother, because it's hard for me to kind of share the podcast and do the podcast at the same time. So I need everybody to do that. And we got Sister Latifah, who is in the building from Philly, PA. We got PA in the building. Look, I told you. We got Philly in here. We got Nigeria in the building. I told you it's international. I told y'all it's international. So while we in the process of getting this shared out, I'm going to share this on a couple of different networks that I have as well, so that we can make sure we get the maximum amount of people in here. But how y'all feeling tonight? How everybody feeling tonight? Let me get this in here too. Let me bring my guest back on, because we having some issues with the camera going on. So.
Yes, so I don't know why that keeps happening. What I did do, because we're entrepreneurs, we're problem solvers, I did add a picture to my profile, so at least your guests won't have to stare at a blank nobody. So I did put a picture, so if that goes out again, then at least, you can still see my face. So I do apologize for that, but I don't know why that's happening. I did a podcast yesterday and the camera held up the whole time.
And you know what,
Cam? They don't want us to share this information. They don't want us to drop these bars. It's always something.
They don't want us to be great. They don't want us to be great. That's all.
They don't want us to be great.
No. But listen, without no further ado, family, I need to introduce y'all to a powerful, powerful sister who is in the entrepreneur world. She started her journey. She is a current BWO student of the digital real estate program, utilizing all of the knowledge and the skills that she learned to start her business up. And I, want to bring her to the stage now. She has a book that's coming out. You understand me? She's putting out heavy content on social media. She has products and things that's available, all detailing her entrepreneur journey. And I'm speaking of none other than Entrepreneur V. This is what she calls herself on social media, Entrepreneur V. So how are you doing today, sis?
I am doing fine. Like I told you guys, I don't know why the camera keeps going out, but y'all see my picture there. But as soon as I finish introducing myself, I'm gonna just go ahead and do that again. But yes, I know you can hear the sound of my voice. My name is Entrepreneur V, and I am an entrepreneur that teaches people how to demand more from life, okay, to help you transition from being a struggling employee to an entrepreneur, teach you how to fire your boss because you deserve happiness, wealth, and to live life in abundance, period. And I just want to say thank you to Brother King Cam for allowing me to come on his platform, for sharing his stage with me. I am honored to be here. Thank you for accepting the request. And I'm just pumped. I'm excited. I don't know why they're trying us with this camera thing, but listen, as long as you guys can hear my voice, you're definitely going to get a show. I can promise you that, okay? And that's when Jack and Jill went up the hill. Okay,
hey. Let's give her another virtual round of applause, family, for Sister Entrepreneur V in the building.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get right to it. Now, sis is telling you that she is taking you through her entrepreneur journey, as well as you who may be starting an entrepreneur journey today, to get off of that 9-to-5 plantation so that you can be on your journey, on your way to financial freedom. So she has a book about this and detailing this in general. So could you tell the people about your story and how you got started in entrepreneurship?
Okay, so let me try to see if I can put my camera on back again before I answer that. 1 second. You might have to add me back to the stream. Let me try it.
Yeah, that's fine. So listen, family, what I need all of y'all to do while we waiting on Sister V to get her camera together, I need all y'all to go and share this broadcast out. I need you to share this broadcast out, because at the end of the day, it's not about my platform or, this being about one personality, but this is for all of the people, and we need all of the people to participate so that we can make sure that all of the people are watching and being tuned in. Because not only do we have people that may already have built a legacy with entrepreneurship, we also have up and coming entrepreneurs that come onto the show as well, and they need the same support that we would give somebody who may already have a name for themselves and things like that. So I need you to share, like, share, hit the comment section. Let me know where you tuned in from, so that we can make sure that we get as many people tapped in as possible, family. And one of the things I wanted to do, and the reason why I started the podcast, is so I can support the people who did not have a platform to speak on, because it's not easy to get on the bigger platforms, whether it's bigger podcasts, bigger radio shows, all those different things. So these types of platforms allow for people to get their messages out and to let you know what they're doing and the work that they're putting in the community, family. So it's a beautiful thing. So, Sister V, you ready?
Yeah, okay, I'm ready. Again, guys, I do apologize. I don't know. I can't even tell you why my camera is acting up, but let's get into it. So, again, Cam, you asked, how did I start my entrepreneurial journey, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my entrepreneurial journey started out of a struggle, and I would say almost a necessity. And that's something that I like to say as well. That I believe now entrepreneurship is a necessity, and it's no longer a luxury. It's not something that, bored, old retired people do just because they don't want to stay home and they want to make extra money. I really do believe that everybody can be an entrepreneur once they make up their mind. So for me, I am actually an international student here in America. So I'm not from America, but when I came here, I saw that it was expensive. I don't use US currency back in my home country. So if you just round it off, you can say $1 is like about $3 of mine back home. So you can only imagine how that price difference was for me. That was a shock for me. And then the thing is that for my visa, I wasn't allowed to work within the first year of me coming here for school. So I needed the coins. Okay. School is expensive, especially if you're an international student and, you have to live and so on. And yes, I have the help of my grandfather, but I just don't like asking people for money. I've been an independent young lady since like around 18. I started living on my own in my own apartment. So it was very kind of for me to start to be like asking people for money to take care of myself. Right. So I was like, okay, I can't work even if I wanted to. Because like, how am I going to get the money? Because, these bills, this food, not going to buy themselves. So, and I didn't want to keep asking my grandfather for money. So that's when I started, going online, and I was like, okay, how to make money online. And to be honest, I wouldn't say that I didn't find answers, but they were just giving a bunch of suggestions and not really getting in depth. So I saw drop shipping, I saw a bunch of different ideas, but it wasn't really explaining. And most of the time I would end up using a lot of time. And at the end of the day, I would feel more confused than I started out. There's a bunch of different people on YouTube videos. So I just like, you know what? I just need to find a proven way. I asked some of my friends for help. Like they wasn't really too sure what to do. And then I can't remember how I found Brother Ben's page. I think it was one of Erica Lachey's video. I saw him comment under, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, long story short.
Shout out to Erica Lachey. Shout out to Sister Erica.
The Afro chats. Yeah. Yes. So I came on Brother Ben's page and he was talking, about making money online. And I can remember I was attracted to his page because I saw him posting the minister. And I just really love him speak. He has a very charismatic voice and just kind of draws you in. Even if I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam, I'm with Farrakhan. I still, rock with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Air horn for that one time, for the one time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes,
so, that's why I was attracted to Ben's page and just the way that he was breaking that down. And then he started speaking right to my pain points, like, are you here in the pandemic, and you're trying to figure out how to make money online? And I'm like, ooh, he talking to me. And I'm like, listening. And then I can still remember when he was like, text ABS class to 555-888.
Oh, she remember it verbatim.
Yeah, I remembered it, like, because this is text ABS class to 555-ABS. So, I text the number. So I'm watching, I'm on the website, I'm filling out the form. Okay, boom. Sean calls me. Shout out to Sean.
What? Shout out to Sean, man. Shout out to Sean for calling. The excellent customer service.
Sean, like the girl, Sean at ABS.
Oh, Sean. I thought you said Sean. How about I say Sean working in customer service?
No, he was no. I'm not even sure if he was in the tribe at that time yet. I'm not sure.
Oh, but, okay. Well, shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sean.
Yeah. So Sean was my ABS broker. And, at that point, I was a little wishy-washy about coming in because, the money was already a little low. And remember, like I said, my currency back home is lower than the US. So I'm like, damn, it seems like it's $100. But to me, that's like about $3. And I'm like, ooh. So I told her, you know what? I'm not ready yet. Call me back. And she was like, all right, I'll call you back, but the price might go up. And I'm like, okay. And I kid you not, I kept thinking about the program. I kept watching his page and I had trouble falling asleep because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm thinking about this class he's talking about. I told my boyfriend about it and then they were only allowing me to pay over the phone, which I thought was a little scam likely at first. I was like, well, I can't pay on the website. But it was a little suspicious for me because we don't really do business like over the phone like that back home too much.
Where's home? You keep saying home. You ain't
so I'm from Dominica, not the Dominican Republic. I don't speak Spanish. I mean, I did Spanish in high school, but that's not my native language. I'm talking about the nation Isle of Dominica 767, you know, already. Best place on earth, okay. So, you know, when y'all going on your little pretty vacations with the blue water and stuff, yeah, that's where I live. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, you grew up with blue water in the backyard. See,
and
only
the trees.
Blue water we had was pools. You know what I'm saying? Some of us had to go to friends' houses that had pools, and even at that time, the water wasn't always blue. Yeah. So you just had the blue water.
The palm trees, the coconut trees, the mango trees, real island thing. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where home is. That's where home is for me. So, you know, I'm telling him, and he's like, well, why they only want you to pay over the phone? Like, don't get that course. Just like, forget about it. So my grandfather about it, and he was like, why they want you to only pay over the phone? I'm like, I know, that sounds fishy. So anyway, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to get it. But I kid you not, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the course. I was like, oh, I need to get it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to get it. And then I did. My card wasn't working. And we had to try my card. Like, it's the persistence for me. And that's actually one of my best traits, that I'm a very persistent person. So again, it was international cards from back home. And it wasn't working for whatever reason. I hooked up my card to Google Pay, and they had to send me an invoice. So Sean had to go to Jake. Shout out to Dr. Jake. Sean had to go to Jake, ask for permission to to email me an invoice. That's how I paid for digital real estate, and that's how I got in to it. So that's how it was. So I mean, there was a lot of things that, you know, obstacles, but I still got through it, and that's how I went in. And from there was like no turning back at that point. So, you know, came into digital real estate, and it was a good thing because I think I got it for like around 150, and then after that, the price just
skyrocketed, right?
That thing just went. Brother Ben didn't give us a 150, 500. He was just like, no, 2,000.
150, 2,000, right out
2,000. And it's just like, he's like, hey, I got the receipts to prove it. So, 2,000.
So look, shout out to the growth though. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody that got digital real estate early before the 2,000.
You came in on that 150. Oh no, you wasn't at paid to lead. So you probably got it for like $20.
I don't think it was $20, but it was, you know, it was still early in the game. Like I said, that was before digital real estate. But wow, man, that's a beautiful, beautiful story right there, where you talk about the persistence and you actually having to go through several different obstacles to actually even just get enrolled in the course, right? So when you think about like that, man, you know, that to me speaks to this being something that was meant for you. And sometimes what God does is when you say that you want something, he immediately tries you to see if you're for real about what it is that you say that you want.
That's so true.
You know, and sometimes we say that we want things, but when there's an obstacle presented in front of us, then our whole mindset changes, and that lets the God know, oh no, they were just talking. They wasn't serious about what it is that they're trying to do. So, you know, shout out to you for actually being able to overcome those first obstacles, you know, not even getting into the curriculum yet, right? But just overcoming those first obstacles as it pertains to getting enrolled in the class. So then once you get in the class, talk about the vibes, talk about, you know, what was in the curriculum that really attracted you and also helped, you know, for you to start your business.
Okay, so great question. So first of all, when I got into the curriculum, at that point, at the back of my head, I was like, oh God, I hope I didn't just lose my money. So I'm waiting. I'm like watching my phone. I'm like, okay, let me see. I hope this thing is real because, you know, I just used almost the last in my bank account to get this.
Right.
Gotta be real. Okay. So I got my Teachable login and I'm looking at it. I was like, okay, we got a whole little course here. Okay, you know, I'm looking around. I'm like, ha. And then, you know, I go tell my boyfriend, I was like, you see, it wasn't fake.
He had to go tell him, like, look, bro, I told you it won't fake. We got this. Now let's go.
Yeah. So then at this point, I had a reason for me to make sure it worked because I almost used my last on it. So I had to actually make it work, you know, because some people, they buy courses and they think just buying the course will get them where they need to go. But no, you actually need to apply the information, right?
Right.
So
right. Absolutely.
I got in it from the point when I just got digital real estate to all the classes it has now, compared to where I got it. It still had a lot of information, but there's way more stuff now. So And I remember at that time, school was out, so I didn't really have anything doing during the day. So I literally dedicated and I bought that course May 4th, 2020. Which is what I coined the anniversary of me starting my entrepreneurial journey. So I dedicated my days after getting the course to actually going through the curriculum. So sometimes, and those videos were like hour and a half, 2 hours long. Sometimes I might be watching like 2 videos a day. I don't have my ABS notebook with me because I traveled and I forgot it back in New York, but I was taking notes and so on. My favorite part of the course to this day was the part when he had an interview with Billionaire PA and they was talking about how to make an ebook or how to write a book. I know that's something that I always wanted to do, something that numerous people mentioned to me while I was growing up as a little girl, but I made it bigger than what it was in my head. So I kept thinking, oh my God, that's going to be so difficult to write a whole book, not a half book, not a whole book, and try to publish it, and oh my God, and get somebody to edit it, and so I didn't pursue it back then. But when I saw how they broke out that thing, flip it and reverse it, I was like, this is easy. I was watching the video and I was like, wow, I felt empowered just watching the video because I'm like, damn, I've been, putting back this idea for how long? This is something that I wanted to do, but it's like, I only have to do this, say less. So that was my favorite part of the course. Coming into digital real estate, I remember the first meeting that I went to, I was late, but still, I was late. But when I came in, we were talking about niches. And that was the first time that, I saw Jake, because I knew who Brother Ben was, but I didn't know who Jake was at the time. And at that time, I figured, okay, I'm going to start making money online. I'm going to start my own YouTube channel, which I did, but, that thing flopped because, I'll talk about that a little later, but nah, that's in the past. But so I was doing a makeup page, or I didn't start it yet, but I was, writing up my plan for it. So they're talking about niches, and I pitched them my idea, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to do a YouTube channel for Black women that have hooded eyes, because I have hooded eyes and I don't see myself represented, and nobody makes this content. And I could just remember Jake
what's hooded eyes?
Okay, so
I don't know what hooded eyes are.
Okay, so hooded eyes is a type of eye shape where your skin under your eyebrows, it like sags over your eyelids a little. You probably wouldn't be able to notice it now because I'm watching down at my laptop, but if I have to like look up and you look at me, like if I put something in my eye socket there and I open my eye, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you watch somebody's eye and you see they got a little flappy fold situation going on, that's what a hooded eye is. So I can remember Jake almost like cutting me off, and he was like, this is genius. You see what she's saying? She's being super specific. She's not trying to say, oh, I'm making a YouTube channel for everybody. And that was really my first lesson about being yourself and stuff like that, because she was like, you're not trying to do everything like everybody else is doing, and you're speaking to a specific pain point as to why you started it. So after that class, I kept coming back, and then the tribe started, and I've been there since 2020, and ABS for life at this point.
Yo, hey man, listen, ABS for life.
Period.
Shout out.
Well, you going down with them
got to,
with them sound effects.
Yes, ma'am. Shout out to all the founders, Brother Ben, Dr. Jake, Chris Cole, 19 Keys, the whole BWO family. And wow, this is a student, guys, that's actually telling us about her experience in digital real estate in the BWO tribe. So listen, if you just joining the show, I am your host, Brother King Cam, and this is the CampaignTv Show podcast, and we are here with my sister, Entreprenuer V, who is a student in the digital real estate course in the BWO tribe, who has started her journey and process of writing her ebook, and just telling us about how she got started. So if you are learning something, enjoying yourself so far, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you tuning in from, whether, what city, what state, if it's national, international, wherever you checking in from. Let us know. Hit the comment section. To all my family that's watching from YouTube, I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, and I need you to hit that bell so you can stay notified each and every time we drop a video. So, Sister V,
Yes, sir.
So Entrepreneur V, because we got another for those who are in the BWO tribe, we got a sister V, and then we got Entrepreneur V. So Entrepreneur V. So you're in the tribe. You was late to the first call, and then you heard Jake, and you pitched your idea for your first channel on YouTube, which was going to be the makeup channel. And Jake gave you some game and talked about the importance of you having a specific niche and not just saying, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel and just talk about everything across the board. No, I want to start a YouTube channel for Black women who have hooded eyes, and it's going to be a makeup channel. So for those of us who are watching now and you have a business that you're trying to do, a business idea in your head, get as specific as possible. Get as specific as possible when it comes to your business idea, because it's riches in the niches. Yes, it's riches in the niches, family. So make sure that you are being very, very specific, knowing who your target market is and your target audience and things of that nature. So, okay, so after the tribe call with Jake, you feeling pumped. You got your niche and everything like that. So now you're doing the YouTube channel for the makeup. Now, how did that? You told us earlier that it flopped. So how did it flop?
Okay, so it flopped because I end up not really liking it as much. So I thought that makeup was my gift. I thought that's what I really, really like to do. And, before you ask, I'm still not 100% sure about what exactly my purpose is, but I'm just doing the work. And when I need to get there, I'll get there. So, that was one of my interests at the time, doing makeup. So then, I did it. I was doing it. I was recording it. I was getting up like 6 o'clock, 6:30, taking my shower, recording the videos, because like I said, I live with my grandfather and there's smaller children in the house. So I have to be up before they were up so I could record my video. I was actually dedicated to it. I bought my ring light. I bought the backdrop and stuff. I did invest in this thing and I was doing it. And then it was after doing it for a while, and that YouTube channel is still up. It was called Melanated Messages, but I transitioned because I was doing makeup lives like every Sunday routinely. I was building up an audience around that. It was doing good, like especially on Facebook, to be honest. But what happened is that after a while, it just didn't start to feel right. Like it wasn't really fulfilling. I was like, I thought this was it, but now I'm starting to feel a little burnt out. Now it's starting to feel like work. So that's how I knew that, okay, this probably wasn't something I was meant to do long term, because they say when it's your gift, that's something you can wake up and do. Nobody doesn't have to pay you, and it fulfills you. So it wasn't fulfilling me after a while, and then so that's why it flopped. That's why it flopped. That's why it flopped, because it just burnt out. The candle just got
the candle. Yeah, it just got dim. It just got dim. I understand. So so now the YouTube channel flopped. Okay, so now where we at next? What's the next? What's the pivot? Because as entrepreneurs, we always pivoting, family. So I want you to take this gem. I hope you brought your notebook to the show tonight, because Entrepreneur V is giving us mad gems. She already had ups and downs, even from processing to get the course. Then she started a channel. You feel me? She filling the channel. She pumped up for her first call. Then the channel flopped. You know what I mean? She's giving it everything she got. She getting up early in the morning, recording the video. I mean, she putting in the work. She just told you she don't even know what her purpose is today, but she's just putting in the work and allowing God to use her and bring the purpose into clear vision for her. Ooh, that's heavy. Because a lot of us, we want to wait for God to drop the purpose on us and say, okay, here's your purpose. Like he handing out tickets at the DMV or at the driving services. Like, here's ticket B261, like, and his purpose B789. Like, it don't work like that. Like, just do the work. Do the work. And God will lead you in the direction that he wants you to be moving in, family. So, that's a beautiful thing. So, all right. So the YouTube channel flop. Now you pivoting. How did the pivot work? How did
Okay, so first of all, I gotta take a little sip of my OJ because it's about to get hot.
Okay. Hey.
Coming in hot. You're coming in hot. Okay, yes, so man. Next, let me tell you what happened next. Okay, boom. So YouTube channel flop. I'm like, I still need the money, Kim, because these bills ain't gonna pay itself.
Right.
So I'm like, ooh, okay, what do I do? And it was like, you know what? I'm in school all this time, and I'm like, how about you know what? Let me start. I should probably start a business. Let me see how to do this, because I can't work. I don't want to be asking my grandfather for money. Okay, the YouTube thing. And plus, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube before you get monetized. You have to be regularly putting out content there like that. And I'm like, okay, this isn't working out. So I wasn't about to stay down. So I was like, you know what? I watched the video about the book, like I said, which was my favorite video at the time. I traveled during summer because remember, school was out in May. So all this time, this month is going, and now we are around like June-ish, July-ish. So I've been going to the tribe meetings all that time. So, we're talking about how to make money, and then they're telling us about, writing a book and stuff. Now, at this point, I already know how to do it because I watched the video. I'm like, all right, okay, let me write a book. Now, initially, I was wanting to write the book just about my life story. Because I feel like I have the right to put my story in writing if I want to. So that's the idea, but that's not what happened. So, that's not what happened. Right. I started on Google Documents, and I'm like, I hope you guys pay attention, because I'm actually going to tell you how I wrote my book and how you can write your own ebook as well. So I started typing it. So now all I told myself, no, I wasn't no author. I never wrote no book before. I wasn't about to stress myself and say, okay, we're going to do a chapter a day. We're going to write this book in 2 days. Nah, I told myself my goal is to write 5 sentences a day. Just 5. That's all I'm doing. 5 sentences a day. I'm not saying 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No, my goal is to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences a day. So that's what I'm doing. Now, obviously, there were times when I was really feeling it. Like when it was giving what it was supposed to have gave, I would write a whole paragraph. I would write a whole page. Other times I would be kind of up and stuck, like, Cardi B was saying. So I make sure I force to get them 5 sentences. But the power in just doing 5 sentences a day is that I was making progress. And at the end of a week or so, at the end of 2 weeks, I had more content than somebody who would probably be stressing themselves trying to write a whole book in 2 days, 3 days. Because you get frustrated, you probably stop. You write a page today, you probably come back the next 4 days. You're not consistent. But I was consistent with those 5 sentences. So, I didn't tell nobody, I didn't tell nobody I was writing this book. So this was really like my little secret. Right?
Incubator. This thing in the dark. Yeah. This thing developing in the dark right now.
So this was my little secret because, you if you tell somebody your ideas too quickly, number 1, you can't get sabotaged. Number 2, they put in extra pressure on you. Or where's the book, whatever. And this was my first product. So I was just giving myself some grace and, just me to myself saying, okay, I'm getting this thing done. I'm writing 5 sentences today. I see I got pages, I'm scrolling. We got the chapters going on. I'm like, okay, I'm really doing this thing. I really doing the thing. Okay. So then I eventually tell my boyfriend, he was mad. He was like, so you wrote a book and you didn't tell me? And I'm like, well, baby, I didn't tell nobody else. So I wrote the book. So I started writing that in July. And I kept writing it throughout summer. I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't tell nobody because I'm sure I never mentioned it in the tribe until that book was done. So I went back to school. I finished writing the book in September. I went through the book myself, taking out petty grammatical errors, and now it was time to get it edited.
Okay.
So I knew
you did the grammatical errors yourself. You took those out yourself.
No, well, the thing, you misspelled the word the, that's dumb. Why would you want to give an editor, that's something you can fix yourself, right? So I did get an editor, shout out to Sister Unica.
Sister Unica,
yeah. So I want you to get an editor to really edit my book. If you have a lot of petty mistakes in your writing, they're going to be using more of their time getting rid of those petty mistakes instead of actually watching your sentence structure and see, oh, let me see how I can make that sound better, So I wanted my editor to focus on that part.
Okay.
I went through the book myself the first time to get rid of the most basic errors I could find. I wasn't trying to edit it on my own because I'm a writer, not an editor. So that's another thing. You're the author. Don't try to do other people's job. Okay. So
come on now. That purpose
Yeah,
to
don't
profit
try
right
to do
there.
other people's job. So I know my job was to write the book. I got that done in September. I started looking for a writer. Sister Unica hooked me up with a real good deal. And, you know, she did that for me. And at that point, I know, okay, this is really happening. So all this time I'm posting. I started, actually, let me tell you this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what's the social media side of it while you in the dark? You know,
Okay, so
you know,
while I was in the dark for like around my birthday, I was still just that pretty girl on Instagram, just posting selfies and stuff. I was afraid to start posting about business on my page because that's not what the people were there for. And I can remember I had started doing it in like the fall semester of 2020. That's when I started converting my page. That's when I can remember the first time I went live on it wasn't V Lake yet, it was another name. I was sweating, Cam, like under my arm. I was sweating all over. I'm talking about places you're not even supposed to sweat. I was sweating because I'm like, people just knew me to be that pretty girl, but I was pretty without a purpose because I was just posting nice pictures, looking cute, and then after people like it and people comment on it, then that was it. That was the only transaction that was happening. So I was like, I don't want to be pretty and not getting paid. So, you know, we're about to change up this page.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot of those. You know, it's a lot of those out there. Pretty faces. They ain't got nothing in their pockets or purses, though.
Yeah, like, so I didn't want to be one of those. So of course, a lot of people started unfollowing me. Still, you know, I would still say, I think by now people get accustomed to me talking about business and stuff. But yeah, so at first it was a little rocky because I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, people don't know me talking about this, and they're just starting. So I was doubting myself a lot because I didn't have no credentials.
Right.
As far, you know, people love to say, oh, how much money you done made or whatever. And it's like, as soon, like, you can know about business, but if somebody always trying to count your pockets, that's how a lot of people qualify you to talk about business. And I mean, I see where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, sometimes somebody could be giving you really good advice, but you block them out just because they don't make $1 million yet. And it's like, well, you ain't made $1 million either, but you're looking for answers. So
come on with that.
So it's like, you ain't making $1 million either, but I know something that you probably don't. And it's like, I don't have the million yet, but you can come on the journey with me, though. You know, we can go up together.
Let's do that.
But, you know, some people don't want to do that. Some people's like, oh, how much money you made, blah, blah, blah. So I started posting content.
Hold on, Entrepreneur V. We got some new people that's in the chat, and what I want to catch everybody up. If you're just new and you're coming into the Campaign TV show, we are here with Entrepreneur V. She's a young entrepreneur student in digital real estate and BWO Tribe, and she's talking to us about her journey, how she's an international student over here in the States, and how she, you know, was trying to make some extra money because part of her visa didn't allow her to work the first year her going to school. So she's trying to figure out how she's going to make some money. She, you know, was online, came across the course, got the course, overcame some adversity, you know, and she's telling us about her story now. So for those who are just coming in, that's where we at with the story. If you are on Facebook, I need you to go ahead, hit the comment section, like the comment section up, and I need you to share this out as well so more people can come on in and check it out. And then if you are on YouTube, family, I need you to like, I need you to share, and I need you to hit the bell so you can stay notified each and every time you drop a video. And not share, I need you to subscribe on YouTube. You can't share on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that bell button. Right, but hit that bell so you can stay notified. Okay, so now, all right, so you are, you know, now you're moving now. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm moving now, and you know, like I said, people unfollowing because, you know, it's like they were only here for just, you know, the cute face and stuff, and it was discouraging, but it's like I didn't want to stop because most importantly I wanted to keep showing up for myself. I didn't want to have a repeat of what happened with the YouTube channel. Yeah, I was like, okay, that didn't work out the first time, but I really, you know, I wrote a book. Like, I really think that I can go somewhere with this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep showing up. And of course, you know, the thing that helped me to be successful is that I stayed tapped into the source of my business inspiration, which was the ABS Tribe.
Ooh,
you know, people come on. You know, you might need to drop a bomb for that. I don't know.
Right.
But,
Get the. Yes, you know, after we get off here, I'm gonna get the clue bomb. I need the clue bomb. I'm gonna get that after this interview.
So I stayed tapped into the source of my business inspiration. You know, some people come into the tribe, you know, they hype, you know, they get a little giddy, like, yeah, I know how to do this. And then you don't see them 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and they're coming back like, man, I tried to do this, I tried to do that, and it didn't work. And they start asking some of the same questions that they started asking when they were there the first time. Well, sir, ma'am, if you kept coming to the meetings, then you wouldn't have to be asking those questions again, because you'd have gotten those answers and you could have just asked for help before you went out and tried to do something. So I was there every meeting. Unless I was traveling or something, I was there for every meeting. I was there consistently. So I would say that was part of the reason why I was successful, because I stayed tapped into the source, you know. So that's what I did. You know, we charge our phones when it gets to 100%, the battery goes down, but you eventually have to put it back on the charger, right?
The charger, gotta get back on the charger.
So I stayed close to my charger. And I made sure to ask questions in the tribe. I was always the first one to put the number in the chat.
Always, though. Always.
Like, that.
She's undefeated at putting the first number in the chat. You know, we have this thing in the BWO tribe that's called the good news of the day, where, you know, you come up and you talk about your wins for the week, what you're thankful for, things of that nature. And the moderator or the host for the call, which is Brother Sean, always gives a number for you to put in the chat, so we'll know that you want to speak. You get in the queue. And, you know, Entrepreneur V, always number one. I mean, they'll be saying the number is, before they can say 2, she put 2. I don't even know how she even know what the whole number is before she can just, you know, that's that Dominica. Like, they just must be extra fast out there. Her fingers must be super fast, because we will never beat Entrepreneur V when it comes to putting that number in the chat.
I'm nice with it, though. Sometimes I might pause to give somebody else a chance. And even when I do that, it's like, well, they don't want to go then. So I still press the number. And I still end up. But, you know, some people have beat me to the chase, you know, sometimes. Or I might be on the call, but I might be in the bathroom, I might be in the kitchen. Anyway, I'm the queen of the numbers in the chat, okay?
Yes,
so
facts.
Sometimes I'll put it in, and, you know, Brother Ben or Sean is like, okay, I bet it's Verena. You know what I mean? Trying to not make me go first sometimes. I know it, but anyway, I can't keep a good woman down. So
right.
So I kept coming to the ABS tribe. I kept asking questions. I kept taking notes. But the most important thing is that I would execute them. And I can still firmly say to this day that, you know, I think that's why people like helping me, because when they give me advice, I take the advice. Of course, unless, of course, I think it's not applicable to me, I would say, okay, you know what, thank you for that. Maybe it's not the right time for me to do that yet, but I'll take that into consideration. So I honestly think that's why people keep pouring into me, because even for me, sometimes I will help people and it's like, okay, well, I told you to do this and you didn't do it yet. So.
Right. No, that's true. That's so true. Yeah. I mean, you know, you see a lot of people like that all the time. You know, they you know, you give them with the advice, you give them some game, and then they don't implement it, and then they, you know, they show up later and like, you know, I tried to do it, and I just can't get it together, you know, and but that's because you didn't implement what we told you to do, right? Yeah,
so that happened. So then, I will say though, I would say the book was edited at that time, you know, I had it in my computer, it's done, but I didn't immediately tell people about it yet. So I finished writing the book in September. I would want to say the edit started around, we're finished around sometime like, you know, November, maybe early December, if I'm being generous. But I still didn't put the book out yet because I didn't have a structure, right? So I had the book, I had the product, but there wasn't a structure. I didn't have a website. I had Cash App, but you know, this is just me. But I think sometimes if you have products and you're asking people to Cash App you, that's a little ghetto. That's just me.
So so you have not put the book out yet. The book is finished now, so you have a product. But up until the point you decided to write the book to now, what was the social media side looking like? Because you're a part of the digital real estate program.
Yeah.
So what did that look like? You know, what was your content? I know you said your page, people knew you for just being the pretty girl in the makeup on Instagram, and then you started to change that by talking about business. So was the content that you were putting out with just business tips and just talking about business?
So let me tell you what. So, after coming in the ABS tribe, I started talking to people about the ABS tribe. And actually, this is a part in my book. I don't know if you remember, there was a competition. And it was like, hey, go tell people about the tribe. The best, testimonial wins. So, I go type up that testimonial. Because one thing about me, when I just came in the tribe, I was very money hungry at the time. I'm not going to lie. So anytime there was a competition for some money, you talking about some dollar signs? Hey,
I think it was for like $200 or something like that, wasn't it? Was it like 200, 250 or something?
It doesn't matter, Cam. It could be $50. I was up on it. I wanted it.
You was because you won. I know you won that joint. So that's all.
Yeah,
like, yo,
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
I did. I won a couple times. It was probably like $2. So it could be $10. Listen, I was $10 I did not have before. I'm gonna do the competition, okay? Right. So I'm gonna get this money. So I did it. So I won for the best testimonial. So I started talking to people about the tribe. I was like, hey, I'm in this program. This is what they're doing for me. And of course, they came out with the affiliate program. So now I'm not like Young Khan now, but I was still trying to do something with the affiliate links. And so I'm telling people about the tribe. And I'm starting to talk to people about, hey, why you should do a business. Now, of course, I had a lot of eyes watching, but those were like the lingering eyes for the people who were there still trying to look for me being that pretty girl. So then, like I said, people was unfollowing and all that. But I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the numbers were. I just know it was kind of like a downward trend because I had a lot of people unfollowing at the time as I was pivoting my content. So to be honest, I wasn't really checking my insights that much because it was a bit discouraging because people wasn't here for the content at the time.
Right.
So I just kept making videos because Brother Ben was always like, be consistent. Let me tell you, at first 3 to 5 posts felt like the death of me. I was like, oh my God, they want me to be posting 3-5 times. Like, oh my goodness. And R. Kelly, when he was like, y'all killing me with this. I was like, y'all killing me with this. I was like, y'all killing me with this. But the more that I did it, the easier that it got. And that's for almost anything in life. At first, when you're trying something new, it's going to feel very hard. It's going to feel overwhelming, especially with business. But the more that you do it, the easier that it gets. Right. So there was a time, I'm not gonna lie, I started procrastinating on the book. I was kind of in a space where I'm like, I'm just posting content. But so like I said, I was working on a website though, and shout out to Maki. She was the one who made my website for me. Like I said, I didn't tell people about the book because I didn't have a structure yet. I didn't want to like, hey guys, I wrote this book, but I didn't have a place to send them. I didn't have no way to accept payments and so on. So I was like, it would be kind of counterproductive to do that.
Okay.
So I did when I got my website together. I got my website together. I still didn't tell people about the book camp because why? I needed people's information. So I made a lead magnet instead. Okay. That's my free business starter checklist. I made a lead magnet instead, and I was making the business videos and I was telling the people about, hey, go get this free business partner checklist. Because it's like, I didn't just want to be like, okay, guys, I got a book now. Go buy. Go buy these. You want a book? You want a book? Oh, you look like you want a book. You want a book? You want a book? You want a book? You want a book? So I didn't want to start doing that to people because I know that's annoying. So I came out with a free product first, kind of get them enticed. And of course, people didn't know me at the time. So I had to give them an incentive, building that trust bag. So I'm like, okay, well, come get this free product though. And if you like it, you're going to come back. So that's what I did. So I was building up my support. You see, a lot of people talk about, nobody support me. And I did feel like that at the time, but I was like, after looking back at it, I was building up my support at that time. So much so that when I did drop my book May 4th, 2021. So, I hope you caught that because I was on the anniversary of when I started my entrepreneurial journey from 2020.
Right, May 4th.
The day before, like I told people to get on the book waiting list. So I did eventually tell them that the book was coming. I made a book wait list. So I'm like, all this time the book is just in my Google documents, just chilling. Like, I'm going to wait for when you're ready for me, sis. So it was just chilling. So I have my book wait list. I started emailing people, by the way, thank you, Sister Latifa, for that message. Now, by the way, if you have a business, if you're trying to get something, get MailChimp. MailChimp allows you to email people for free for up to 2,000 subscribers. Now, to be honest, there are some parts of it that are locked, but listen, the parts of it that are for pro members, you don't even need it, like to schedule an email and all that. If you want to send an email at a specific time, just come at the time you want to send it and click send. Right. So I started sending people weekly, but I still wasn't telling them about the book, Cam. I was giving them business tips like, hey, this is how you can do this. This is how you can do that. Because, you know, emails don't really have so much of a high open rate. So I was like, I want to at least get them accustomed to start opening my emails. So when I do tell them about this book, though, it doesn't seem like, you know, they're not like cold sales. You know, they kind of warm up to me at that point.
Right.
So, like I said, I was building up my support base so much so that even the day before the book drop, I got like 3 sales in the first half an hour. And that was on the 3rd of May when the book was officially supposed to launch on the 4th. So
wow, look at that. Yeah. Got sales before the launch date. Pre-launch sales.
So, you know, and it's like, again, I'm learning, like, let me tell you, I didn't know my ankle from my elbow when it came to business. Okay. So I never did a business subject in school. So it's really like the ABS tribe where I'm learning all about this business stuff. And, you know, Jake talks about the power of 1,000. Now, I didn't have 1,000 people. I still don't have 1,000 people. I'm not even going to cap to you. I'm going to keep it 8 more than 92 with you. I still don't have 1,000 people on that list. But I had a couple. I had like around 100 or so from my book wait list. And, you know, I told them that. So, yeah, I got those sales even before the launch. And, you know, that felt so great. Let me tell you, that felt so good. And it's at that point, I'm like, and it's like almost purely profit at this point because I wrote the book for free on Google. Didn't have to pay. The only thing I had to pay for was to make the website. But I paid for the website a whole year in advance. And then, unfortunately, I had to pay to accept payments. I was like, what? It takes money to make money. So I had the website. I'm putting the product, and then my website is on Wix right now. And I'm like, they're like, oh, you know, if you want to accept payment.
Oh, at this point in the story, it's on Wix.
No, it's still on Wix because I paid for it a year in advance. I'm not on that BizCo yet.
Why you ain't on the BizCo? That's another conversation.
Let me tell you why I ain't on the BizCo though. So I'm not on the BizCo because, like I said, I paid for my website a whole year in advance. And Wix has a policy that once 2 weeks, 14 days has passed, you can't get a refund. So I couldn't get my money back. So I'm just getting all your money worth out of Wix first. Okay. Okay. I feel you. It's you know, it's coronavirus. I feel you. So I was like, I can't get that money back. Okay, I'm gonna stay here. So so that's where it was at. So that dropped and that felt so great to see. I'm like, wow. People are literally buying something that I created. Like, wait a minute, we on to something here. So then I kept posting about the book and so on. And, you know, by the way, my birthday is coming up July 19th, so we may or may not have some sales coming on, you know, wink. So, you know, I'll, you know, if we have time, I'll start talking more. But let me tell you, the Entrepreneur book is really a 3-part guide to entrepreneurship. And it's my story of how I went from a struggling employee to me actually starting a business, because, you know, a lot of people tell themselves, well, I don't have nothing to offer. I don't have a business degree. I don't know anything about business or whatever, but you can learn, you know, in the words of loyal Jack Loomer, once you stop learning, you stop growing. And once you stop growing, you stop dying. You start dying. Sorry. So it's like, you can learn. I am an entrepreneur by a product of learning how to do business. You know, some people just naturally have the gift of gab. They know how to talk to people. They're very persuasive. I wouldn't describe myself as that. I'm great at teaching, though, and breaking down things. That's what I do. I give free live trainings on Instagram. I have my own podcast as well. But that's what the book is about. No, it's not just like a egotistical kind of book, like, yeah, I did this and I did that. I'm using myself as an example to show you how I got from point A to point B. And I'm also giving you tips, okay, things that you should avoid in doing in business, how entrepreneurs fail. If you're still not convinced after reading the book, at the end, there's a section 11 reasons why you should be an entrepreneur. That's part of the book as well. Right, so that's what you're getting into the book. And of course, I use myself as an example, Cam, because, you know, I'm just starting off. I don't have no receipts yet. I don't have no credentials. I only have me. So I was using my own self as a resource. I was like, you know what? I can't tell you about anybody else, but what I can tell you about is how I'm starting up this journey. And so the name of my website, Erica, and thank you for asking, I appreciate your interest, is verenalake.com. So it's my actual name. VerinaLake.com. That is the name of my website. So that's what the book is about. Okay, that's what the book is about. And the reason why, I keep pushing it, because I know this can help somebody who's at the plantation, that job they don't like, clocking in, already thinking about clocking out. And it's like, you can do both. I'm a student, so technically that's my job. I'm a student and I'm an entrepreneur. You can still have your job, you can still have a business if you're not ready to go yet. I also kind of give you a guideline on how you can fire your boss in that inner entrepreneur book as well. I don't tell people to just leave their job calm, like, no, you're gonna need that money. It doesn't make sense that you leave your job like out of pride and saying, yeah, I'm not on the clock anymore, but you ain't got no money.
Oh, you go off the clock to get back on the clock, because now you're trying to figure out how you gonna make some more money. You just ain't punching in on their clock. So talk about, the impact of digital real estate and you creating content on your social media page. How did that help to bring you sales to your website for your book?
Okay, so that's tremendous. I just want to say, first of all, some of the apps that Brother Ben recommended, like InShot, I still use InShot to this day to make my videos every day. To this day. I still use InShot. How I use digital real estate is that, first of all, like Brother Ben says, you are what makes you unique. So I'm being myself, and that's what attracts people to me. That's one of my biggest flexes, that I don't have to pretend. I don't have to do no fake stuff. I'm just me, and people gravitate towards that. Okay, and how I use my digital real estate is that the 3 to 5 posts doesn't feel like so much anymore, because I do it every day. So the first thing that I would do, you
3 to 5. So you 3 to 5 consistently now.
Yeah, I 3 to 5 consistently. 3 to 5. On a bad day, I might give you 2. On a bad day, I might, if it's a really bad day, I might at least put one thing up. Right. But you're gonna get something every day.
So on a good day, what's on a good day? What's the good day look like?
On a good day, I'm probably like 6.
Woo! You in your bag now. Bag now. Hey.
On a good day, I'm probably like 6 easily. And I would watch and I was like, damn, I post 6 things already. Okay, let me cool out. Let me stop, leave the other stuff for tomorrow then, in that case. So how I do it, I put a motivational post. I always give like at least one video about a tip, something valuable, because we lead with value. And then now, because I have more products and stuff, then I'll go into promo, like, hey guys. And like you said, I saw on a video where you say I'm just documenting my progress. So the ebook is out. So I was telling people about it. I was counting down. I tell you guys, hey, okay, this book is coming out May 4th, 2021. We got 3 more days before this book launches. Or I say, hey guys, I'm gonna go live right now to tell you about why I wrote my book, and so on. And that's what I was doing. I was posting it every day. I'm still having my lead magnet out. I was like, hey, make sure y'all go ahead and get this free business planner checklist, and they have to give me their name, they gotta give me their phone number, they gotta give me their email address. So it's free, but technically it's not really free, because you're still giving me something in exchange. And that's what a lead magnet is. You give something, either free or dirt cheap, to get people interested to either buy it or subscribe to it, and then you get the information, and then you continue marketing to them on the back end.
It's like the worm on the hook.
Yeah, don't just send them nonsense though, because people will unsubscribe. Okay, if you're not giving them valuable information. And you probably hear Cam talk about value a lot and stuff, but all the value really is like something useful. Something useful. Are you making my life easier? Are you making me feel better about myself? Are you making me laugh? Because most of the time people follow you, you funny, you look good, or people you're teaching something, you're giving somebody useful information that they can apply to their lives and make it a little easier in whatever way, shape, or form. So that's all value is. I don't want you to think about, I'm gonna be valuable, like thinking you have to do backflips and all of that. So that's what I mean. I just give value. So I'm emailing people, hey, free tips on how to do this. Here are some ideas, ways you can make money, like at least once a week, because I didn't want to pepper them down, emailing them every day. I didn't want to get tired of me. So I'm doing this routinely, and I'm just kind of building my consistency with it as well. I am proving it to myself that I could do it. Because you have that voice in your head when you say you're gonna do something. It's like, oh no, you can't do that. But it's like, I'm telling myself I had a track record, you know, I did this before. I be talking to myself. Y'all might think I'm crazy for that, but I be talking to myself. I'm like,
you got to be your own cheerleader though.
Yeah,
you
so
know
I'm
what I
like,
mean? Like you gotta be your own cheerleader. Because some people, somebody needs somebody. Some people need somebody in their corner to kind of give them that oof, you know, like how boxers got somebody in that corner, like, nah, you got to get back out there. You can't come back over here. Like, go back out there. So you being your own cheerleader helped you overcome a lot of those obstacles, because I was going to ask you, what do you think is one of the things that people get started, but then they stop? But then you answered that question because you like, yo, you know, I was going through that and I was having doubts. I was having, I was questioning myself and things like that. But I pushed through and said, no, I got a resume. I was able to go from this point, from point A to point B. You know, I have dealt with certain things. So, hey, I'm going to keep going. So that's
really
inspiring.
what it was, though. I was telling myself, like, no, like, I have a track record. I did this and I can do this. And most importantly, by that time, I didn't want to let people down. It wasn't just about me anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because I know for sure that, you know, there's at least one person who's counting on my videos. There's at least one person out there who's coming to V's page like, oh my God, what did she post on me today? They might not be liking it. They might not be commenting, but I know that they're watching. So let
me just say something about that too, because a lot of people think because somebody may not like or somebody may not share the video or even comment that nobody's watching. That is the farthest thing from the truth that you could ever believe, because people watch your stuff all day and don't ever like, don't ever comment, don't ever say anything about it, but they watching. You know, you got people lurking on your page that want to see if you winning, they want to see if you losing, they want to see if you done quit. They say, yeah, she says you're gonna write a book or she gonna start a podcast or she gonna do this entrepreneur thing, but we're gonna see, so we're gonna come and look on the page every day and see if she's still doing it. Like, you got people that do that. So don't ever think nobody's watching your stuff just because they don't give no reaction. But as Entrepreneur V said, one person is counting on my content. So if I don't do nothing today, I got to deliver on 1 or 2 pieces of content because somebody's waiting on the Entrepreneur V page to give me some game.
Exactly. And then one thing I want to say, as you mentioned, that is that there wasn't a lot, thankfully, but there were 2 people who, you know, tried to come and talk to me and try to talk me out of it. So there was some person somewhere around 2020, there was like, oh, like, your page is starting to look like a spam page now, like what you posting about and whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm converting my page. I'm starting to talk about business now. So it's not just me putting selfies once a week or something like that. So it was like, yeah, it's starting to look like a spam page. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, bye. So then,
Right. We giving value over here. We ain't trying to give you no more looks or selfies and all that. We trying to add value to the game.
And then the other person came like around January of 2021. And then, you know, and it's funny, like, you know, if I see the person now, I would still, you know, talk to them or whatever. But I felt like they kind of came in like a wolf in sheep's clothing, because at first it was like, you know, are you doing as well as you would like to do on your page? And I'm like, well, you know, I just started, so it's probably not at the point that I want it to be, but I just got started.
Yeah,
and it's like they kind of use that to set the tone for the rest of the conversation, where it's like, oh, well, you just said it's not working, so you should probably stop or do it a different way or whatever. And at that point, I was like, wait a minute. Like, you don't even watch my stuff. So it's like, what are you talking about? I've been live. I've never seen, you know, one of my live videos before. And that was around the time when we had that challenge with the ABS to go live 3 times a day. So they was like, yeah, you know, I see you going live three times a day. But honestly, that's like too much. And it's like, they're talking about, it's like, that feels like spam again. They're using that word. And I'm like, it is not a spam page. And I'm like,
but how many times are you going live? How many followers you got over there though?
I'm like, first of all, this is a challenge. Second of all, I know what I'm doing because I took coaching from not 1 but 2 millionaires, and this is what they told me what to do. So I'm just doing what I'm doing. And they're like, oh, well, maybe it worked for them, but you know. So I'm like, okay, you're saying all of this, but it's like, you haven't given me any other alternative way to do it though. You just tell me to do it differently. Right. And then, you know, the conversation just kind of ended abruptly, because I'm like, and this was somebody that I considered my friend. So I'm like, I'm out here waiting.
That's who it be. The ones closest to you be waiting to see you fall. The ones closest to you be just right there, because they seen when you wasn't doing what you doing. They didn't see, they saw the old you. They saw, you know, the old version of you and the things that you was doing before, and they just sitting there to see if you gonna convert back to that. You know, instead of you transforming, growing, and moving to the next level, they really hanging back trying to see, oh yeah, we're gonna see if she gonna come on back here. She was trying to change her life and trying to do some different things, and we're gonna see if she gonna come on back.
Let me say this though. I would like to think that the person doesn't have like any bad intention for me. But what I would say, what I learned from that situation is that I thought that person was more of my friend than they actually was. Because, you know, there's levels to friendship. So, you know, you got best friend, and, you know, you have associate, somebody you just say hi and bye to, and, you know, like your casual friends and stuff. No, right. To me, I'm like, okay, this is my friend. And friends, I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. So like, I love very hard, even from like my friendships. Like if I say you're my friend, like you my friend, you're not going nowhere. We gonna be together forever. And that's just it, forever. Okay. So I kind of rated the person way more highly than they rated me. So I had big expectations of them and how they were going to support me. But come to find out, I wasn't on the same level to them, like how I was thinking of them. So that kind of hurt, but you know, I got over it when I realized that's what it was. Because it's like, it wasn't that there wasn't a supportive person, because I've seen them support other people. I was just waiting for them to support me though. But when I realized to them it wasn't that serious, I was like, okay, that's cool. And I'm saying this so for the audience can know that don't wait for your family and friends or people who think you are your friends' approval to do something, because they will hold you back. Yeah, they will hold you back.
Game that will hold you back. Waiting on family and friends to be your supporters will stop you from all 7 billion people that's on the planet Earth that can't wait to patronize your product, your service, or your message. Exactly.
So because it's like people criticize what they don't understand, and for me especially, this was something completely new to me. And I was an introvert. I used to tell myself that I was shy, but it wasn't I was shy, it just I wasn't putting myself out there. So once I got out of that, I'm a very vivacious person, as y'all can see from the show. So it's like, you know, people criticize what they don't understand, and because they know you one way, like what Cam was saying, there's like, oh, you know, you started acting funny or whatever. But I just put that on the back burner, and now I have people coming on my live videos saying about, oh, you go live too late, I'm trying to see the thing. And you know, I got people trying to tell me when I should go live, and it's like, I want to see this and whatever. So it's like I had to push through those first little levels of opposition for me to get the support of people who are in my target audience, who are supposed to be with me, because you know, you can't bring everybody along with you. And honestly, one of the things that entrepreneurship has helped me to do is really level up, and it's like kind of, you know, shed some of the people who were not meant to share in my blessings. So it might hurt, but it's necessary. So, you know, just, you know, keep it classy and graceful, and you just keep it pushing. Right. So that's what's happening.
So what's next for Entreprenuer V?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So what's next for Entreprenuer V is this wealth plan. And let me tell you now, this is a sample. This is a prototype. This is not how the final product is going to be. But for now, this is the physical visual that I have for you guys. So it is a planner designed specifically for entrepreneurs and side hustlers to maximize their productivity and their profits by taking back control of their time, because we all know time is money, okay? And if you don't know how to manage your time, you're not going to know how to manage those coins. Blink, blink, blink. So,
game.
Yes,
so is this available, or is this going to be available on VerenaLake.com?
Absolutely, it will be available, but before we drop it like it's hot, we're gonna be having some pre-orders. Okay, so if you want to reserve your copy when it comes out, go ahead and join the wait list that is on my website, VerenaLake.com. I am giving people live updates. I am documenting this journey, so I did a whole live unboxing this. I actually posted a video today, because guess what, Cam? I guess this is you hearing my good news of the day before we go to the tribe. But my good news of the day, of the week, of the month is that I secured another printing company. So I'm about to be getting a second sample of this bad boy. Okay?
That's what I'm talking about. Positive vibes. Positive vibes.
Yes, okay. And you see how this is kind of doing the wave, this kind of doing the soldier boy, and it's giving very much floppy disk. We're gonna be giving you some hardcover planners, okay? So that's why I wanted to look for another printing company, because listen, I know that I'm still kind of starting out, but if I'm putting my name on something, it gotta be good, baby. Right. So and it's like I designed it to last 6 months. So I don't want to give you this, and by month 2 or 3, it's like falling off. It's like it's just like, well, wait a damn minute.
Right, right.
So, and like the pages are kind of thin and whatever. And the gem that I want to drop from this is that no matter how hype I was when I made this product, I have to be objective enough to be truthful and say it's trash. Ooh. As it is. No. Ooh. Like the quality of this is very subpar, as you can see, it's giving you Spanish dance right now. We're moving all over the place. So I have to be honest enough with myself to say, okay, this isn't good enough for me to sell, because I can sell this, Cam. I could print more of these and I could definitely sell this. But it's like, for the quality that I want to give people, I wouldn't even want something like this for myself. So why should I sell it for other people? So I had to talk to I had to talk to like 9-10 different companies to find the right price, to make sure I could find somebody who could give me what I wanted. And in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should be having the second sample. Once it passes the quality check, then we'll start doing the pre-orders. And I'll keep the people. So, what you got to do is follow me on Instagram at vlake.com, because that's where the journey is being documented.
You said on Instagram? Follow you on Instagram where?
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. I do have a Facebook page, but to be honest, Facebook is where I post my podcasts. Facebook is where I do my live podcast. Shame on me. I should probably be more active over there, but Instagram is where it's popping. Okay?
It's popping over there on the gram.
It's popping over there on the gram, okay? So it's going down on Instagram at vlake, okay? So this is the highlight of my summer. And just something I want to say. I don't know if we have much more time, because I know we got class at 8. Yes. But something I want to say is that I noticed I'm the most creative in my business around summertime. And the reason when I thought about it, why that happens, is because summertime is when I am the most at peace. I'm at peace. I have a space to create. I'm happy. There's nobody telling me a bunch of things to do. There's nobody harassing me. I can be myself. I have enough time to dedicate to these projects, because when I'm at school, I share an apartment with like 3 to 4 other people. So that can get very noisy. That can get annoying, people in your space. When I'm in New York, I'm, like I said, my grandfather, there's little children in the house, they're running, they're screaming and all of that. But, I moved to somewhere else. I'm sharing some time with my boyfriend right now. And this is like, I just noticed every time that I pull up here, this is when I wrote the Inner Entrepreneur book last summer. Now this summer we're getting a new product. I don't know what we're gonna do next summer, but I am excited to see it. So my lesson in that is to find you a place or to be around people where you can feel at peace. Because when you are at peace, that's because you have to have your mind right. Because this entrepreneur thing, this is a mindset. This is an attitude. This is like a personality. So if you in a breakup, if your boss stressing you out, if you have people constantly feeding you negativity, you're not going to be able to create properly when you're in those types of environment. So my advice to you would be to find a place where you can be at peace, where you're happy, where you can be yourself. And that's when I'm the most creative. So that's what I do.
Absolutely. Well, you gave us a lot. Entrepreneur V, you really came through, told us the story, gave us the blueprint from A to Z, family, and she's talking to you about how she got it out the mud. Really, if you listen to her story and then you still find a way not to be able to do it, then entrepreneurship is just not for you. Because, all the obstacles, all the adversity, all of the different opposition that she faced early in the game, early in the game is when you're most vulnerable because you don't have wins to fall back on. But she was able to will her way through that opposition to get to where she's getting, where she's at now and moving forward. And, I just love the story, man. I'm bought in. I'm bought into the V-Lake story, to the book. So, definitely. And she has a bubbly personality, so it's not hard to get tapped into her content and everything like that. So, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, family. Man, we had a great time with Entrepreneur V here.
I enjoyed myself. Thank you. Yes, and you have a lovely audience, I will say. I like how they talk to you. I like how they keep it lit and they actually speak to you. Because, some people will come on the live and they'll just be like,
right, don't even say nothing. So we definitely encourage the feedback. Absolutely, family. So we appreciate all y'all for tuning in. The Campaign TV Show. I am your host, Brother King Cam. Each and every Tuesday we are here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out, see what guests we have on the platform, see what topics that we're covering, because it's definitely something here for everybody. If you would like to donate, you see the donation button scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You can hit us on Cash App or via PayPal. It's at the bottom if you would like to help us continuing to bring this powerful and much needed content to the Facebook platform, family. And again, everybody's help and work is needed. So when we come on, we need you to share, spread the word so we can get as many people tapped in as possible, family. And also, you can get the audio of all of the podcasts on Google, on Anchor, on Spotify,
everywhere.
On iTunes. The podcast
over the hills and valleys too.
That's right. You know what I mean? On YouTube, you can do all that, family. So definitely you want to get tapped in, and you can follow me at Brother King Cam on all social media platforms. So
I see Taylor in the comments.
You see her. She ain't what she supposed to be, and she over here in these comments. So, So, family, again, we appreciate you for tapping in, and it's your brother, King Cam, and shout out to Entrepreneur V for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
Absolutely.
And I'm thankful for everybody who actually stayed and watched, because you could have been doing anything else, but you stayed to watch Cam and I and to listen to me. So I'm very grateful for that. If you love what you heard, of course, follow the girl on the gram. And go ahead and get your free business planner checklist, and just visit the website. I'm sure there'll be something there for you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Peace and blessings, family.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. They see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like I ain't.
Okay, I was